Well, there we go, Henry. I noticed in that little clip that they didn't give Dan any weapons.
Or a microphone. Yeah, it's just like, Dan, you dress up, look like a plum, and we'll take it from here. James, you fire the guns, you handle everything here. Dan just looks silly in the corner. You don't even get a microphone.
You know, I want to try and do that again. I feel like I could probably outshoot.
You have got quite a shot on you, I'll give you that. We went last time at the Major in Katowice. I went with Trace and Jason. We spent about 5 hours there. So yeah, I'm ready to take you on potentially. And right. North are ready to take on Vitality. They've won the knife, it seems, on their map pick. They'll be starting on the CT side. But remember, they were 14-3 down against MIBR. They did bring it back. Like, fair enough, that's great. But worrying that their T-side looked so shaky.
You're really not leaving much of a chance, are you, when you've when that's where you've ended up. But let's see how this all plays out. North obviously probably a little bit upset they couldn't bring it back and force some kind of overtime on Nuke. I mean, that was very close as well. Looks like Vitality might try and just sort of push a bunch of people out of the apartments. That can be so dangerous, especially in a pistol round. Doing a good job here. There's 2 people been spotted by Archer. They need to go right now, and somehow they still get shut down. They had 4 people stacked here in a crossfire to middle. They still managed to turn around and catch people coming out of apartments. And that kill for Kerry, that should be it. Apex using almost all of the bullets. I don't know. I think that was a good call from Vitality, especially when they saw those 2 people at Arch, right? That's when you know there shouldn't be that many people defending on the other side, but there was, kind of.
Yeah, and Kiabi was boosted up on the windowsill as well. You don't really see that too often on a pistol round, and you could see it caused absolute chaos there. They weren't able to communicate effectively as to where he was. He manages to get 2 kills, and we're off. North get the much needed round in the pistol. They lost both pistols on Nuke, so we'll see if this changes things up. And it was still a very good, close game. So full eco, pretty much. Apex will get a deagle, considering he got $600 extra for the 2 kills he found. So he's only really spent $100 more than his teammates.
Good with the economy, Henry. I like it.
Yeah, it's one of the things I ended up. One of the few. Yugi will get the first kill. It's going to be Alex to go down. RPK has been tagged up as well. Not really much to describe in this round, I'm afraid. It's just a matter of time before North can close it out. There's the bomb. That might speed things up somewhat. Oh, that will. KRB with the MP5 seems to favor that weapon overall. Apex, 7 HP. Just wants to get this over with. Oh, he does get 2 kills, you know. So that deagle has paid for itself, Anders. He gets 3 in total. He's actually made money with a deagle. That's all he bought. He gets $900.
Yeah, you don't see that every day.
And with 7 HP as well, another example of when you've got the round in the bag, you do not need to rush. You do not need to go down and get the kill. It doesn't have to happen. You've got the bomb and everyone's fine. Just maybe keep that in mind.
But I feel like you're sort of almost fighting human nature, aren't you, in some of those cases? Because it's just so tempting to do it.
Sure, absolutely. No, I get it. I would probably be doing the same thing. You know? Like everyone wants that kill. You got an SMG, you want to close it out, but it's cost him 3. So whether it was worth it, I'll let you be the judge. I would say probably not. And you can see how it's affected North's finances now. After losing those 3 kills, they've got, what, 2 SMGs? Barely any utility on a couple of players. So that was certainly a fumble. But if they win this round, all will be forgiven. As we'll see Banana control. Yeah, understandably, North not really challenging. They've got 2 players actually pretty passive in towards CD spawn. No one on the bomb site here. AZ just trying to get some intel. We'll throw the flashbang, allow him to peek again. You can see him using that nice movement just to see a pixel. It's enough. It might not seem like it on our screens, but from his POV, live, we'll be fine to see that corner. And they'll fall back. Bombs towards middle right now. So they've taken vision away from the CTs at least.
Yeah. Oh no.
Not the chicken. It's friendly.
This guy Sliggy's observing everything, isn't he?
He's catching all the action. If there's nothing going on the default, he'll get you a chicken kill, no problem. That's the kind of service he offers.
Bit of a peek there. Kirby on the other side. But they'll have to commit both of them, or they have to fall back like they are now. So at least it's somewhat coordinated here. I wonder what's going to happen now. 30 seconds on the clock. That is not a lot of time. Yugi still has a Molotov over at Arch, so if they try and push him, that could be an absolute disaster. Or he's going to put it right into the smoke.
If he does that,
then it's not.
It's not at all. It's fine.
Gave them like a little gift there.
Oh, they'll smoke off Arch. That removes him from the equation. And Kiabi, He gets the first. That's Apex. He gets a second as well. He's in the pit right now. Gade will be taken down towards Graveyard. They do know exactly where Kiabi is, but time really isn't on their side. Alex gets a very important kill there, Anders. It's now a 3 versus 3. They have one Molotov available. They'll wait for that smoke to dissipate first. They might just Molotov towards quad here. It's Alex with it, so there it is. A Molotov quad just to fend them off. CTs might want to consider pushing it. They're not going to, though. They'll just have to wait the 7 seconds, drop a Molotov in towards a broken wall, and at least get some intel that no one will be in that position.
Flash is over Yugi. That's an important kill. RPK there by Graveyard, but he's going to go down to AZ. That leaves Saiwu in the corner. He's going to pick up the first headshot. Almost sprays it down. AZ's the one helping that jump up. Did not save him. That's surviving on 8 health.
There was an absolute roar from the Vitality camp. They really wanted that. Huge clutch for Saiwu. It was a round they probably should have won cleaner, but still, great retake attempt. Initial kills from Kiabi, fantastic from the pit. They'll be gutted. They probably win that round, and if you think back to it, I know I'm harping on about it now, but those 3 kills they gave to Apex, that was probably the edge. Yes. That was probably enough to win the round, you know. They would have had a bit more firepower, more utility on that retake. Sure, it's difficult to say they definitely would have won, or the round would have gone down anyway like that, but still, it will be begging the question as to why they gave up so much in that round. Pushing down the banana here, they have force sport, I believe, so it is going to be the first kill going in favor of Vitality, and you can see poor Valdez stuck towards logs. One nade will take him down, but he looks like he's okay for now. They're going to drop another smoke there just to buy him some time. Gonna get out of there.
Yeah, really wants to escape. They actually had 4 people at that B bomb site, so if Vitality had taken up that fight and sort of won it and tried to keep pushing, I wonder if they could have potentially over-committed to that kind of a push, and it, got the first 2 kills and thought that's it. Now we're just going. But none of that happened. Eventually, they just got the kill, no problem. And now they're going to be waiting, slowing it down a bit.
They absolutely are. And that's fine. You've got an opening pick. You've confirmed they're on at least a 4 spy, if not an eco, with that pistol kill at the start. But still, this round can be dangerous. All it takes is one mistake, one player overcommitting, and things can fall apart. Gade would be the one to find them their first kill here. It's going to be Kiabi, another 2-piece for him, and Gade can actually come out here. This is where it all starts to go wrong. The bomb's been dropped, and it's now a 3 versus 2. RPK might want to book it towards the B side. We will see. They're actually going to commit towards A. This is going in favor of North. It looks like this is too much of a tall order. Gade's got himself in towards balcony. Bomb down. That removes his teammate for a second. Lovely work from Gade, and RPK surely can't pull this one off, Anders.
But they are very low on health. It's actually maybe possible if they're going to be right on top of him. If they'd give him even a bit of a chance to fight one at a time there, maybe that would have worked out, because they were all very low. But I like the fact that Gade, the first kill he got, he just sort of tagged him up inside the Molotov and said, that's it. He, just leave him in there.
I don't like the full commitment there when you've got SMGs up. I always say this, if you get an opening pick, and you've got plenty of time, you've run your default, let's maybe throw the MAC-10 in first. Why is the MAC-10 the last player clutching? That shouldn't be the case. He should be the one throwing to the choke point first, the rifles follow it up, and then you can at least confirm, okay, there's a stack here, we're not going to go anywhere near it. Let's use our utility, let's use our brains. Let's not enter a really conflicted part of the map, like top and middle, and don't have everything we can going in our favor. 5 on 4 against pistols, you should not be giving that up. They will not force buy in response. Vitality will have to let this one slip by. They'll go PT-50s, some armor, 2 pieces, couple of flashes, just gonna burst out apartments, I'd imagine. And indeed, that's where they start to position themselves. 2 off the chimney, or not even that, it's gonna be from middle. So Calvin dodges them all. Oh, you can see that shaky aim coming out once again. He's having a great game so far, but looks like Gade's going to take all of his frags. He'll get 1, maybe a second as well. Looks like that's confirmed. So nice work. Solid hold. 4-1. Vitality starting to feel the burn now. And it is Dust 2 to finish things off here, Anders.
I'd forgot about that. That actually makes things very... I kind of want to see that. That could be wild, because you could have Yugi versus Saiwu as an old battle. That would be fun.
That would be a lot of fun. You're dead on. Well, Vitality aren't having much fun right now. This is the pick of North. They've had a couple of rounds which were absolutely theirs that have fallen apart. They will buy up into this one's eye with no grenades, no helmets, but he has got the sniper, so it's not all bad news. Yugi won't have his yet. The battle for Banana continues, of course, and CT's taking a little bit of damage there. A couple of ticks for AZ as he has to extinguish the flames. Default continues. Alex with the preemptive wallbang, making sure there's no CT's close range. And this looks like a B finish. They've got Alex on the other side of the map, which is very common in-game leaders making these sort of plays because they want no input lag. They want to trust in the call here. He wants to be the moment, the player to work out when they're going to go in. But remember, it is NBK, at least a couple of weeks ago, that was calling on this map. Whether that's changed, I don't know. But just to note, it is common for the in-game leaders to be on the other side trying to get their intel as we commit towards B. AZ, great spot for a couple of kills, but there it is. RPK and Apex looking very efficient on their entries.
Yeah, that is just so good, isn't it? It's always funny, I think, whenever you see a smoke like that sort of lands on top of a T side, and they have like a decision to make, like a split-second decision, you know?
Do we go?
Yeah, exactly.
I think most of the time, especially in this scenario, when you haven't really got much to fall back on, you know? Like, you've already dumped most of the utility. Everyone's there. Time's getting to the sub 40-second mark. You're just like, yeah, we got to go with this. We got to try and see what we can do. There's no flames down, at least. Smoke, it's scary, but we've flashed it. And great shots upon arrival. That's Apex. RPK taking heavy damage, but both finding their kills. So they're going to keep 5 up here, no problem.
Yeah, job well done. Clean entry. Nobody dies from the Vitality side, and looks like nobody will. They're going to be saving the 3 rifles there on the north side too, so that will help them out a fair bit. They sort of actually needed that in terms of their economy. That way they can drop over to the remaining 2 players. And everyone should be in a decent position. So it's not like North are completely broken here. Vitality, I don't know. I think if they just get up to like 6 rounds, they're going to be all right on this first half. Then things, I think, are looking a bit more smooth.
Very important round here. North a breaking point. They're up 4-2 right now, but way too early to tell even which direction the half will be heading. This round will be indicative, though. Default round once again. Nothing too flashy to kick things off. There is heavy presence towards middle, though, however. Yugi spots them. His smoke is in vain. They've already made it past it. He might be going down as well. Indeed, he will. Apex with another opening kill. Gade will spam as he does some damage there to the defense. But, oh, that's a much better play. 2 for the price of 1. Now a 3-on-3. CT's now with a lot of pressure towards that A side. Oh, Apex turns away at the wrong time. It'll cost him his life. The bomb goes down as well. It's up to Alex to try and recover the situation. Why the bomb is by itself again? Lots of question marks and a bit of a lifeline there for Vitality, as Alex will get the kill through the smoke, but still, so many situations where it feels like Vitality have done so much hard work and they just drop the ball at the final hurdle. If they sense chaos here, they're not checking a key point, and that's going to cost them again. Vitality looking a little bit sloppy here, Anders.
Yeah, they are, and you heard North now being a bit vocal about the whole situation. Yeah. They're excited about it. There was a lot of weird things happening. I think that was, what, like 3 people that got killed by somebody coming through a smoking arch.
Yep.
So that really can't happen, because once you actually, I mean, you kind of cleared the hard part of it, right? You cleared the first corner, you smoked up arch, you're now making it into the bomb side. That should be it.
Should be, but it wasn't. There will be the bomb plant, though, so I guess... Oh, no, there wasn't a plant, there was there. But they've still got enough cash, at least for a buy. Yugi, this time, a lot more confidence to his play. You could see him actually challenging towards the T-steps position. It's Gade, who was the hero of the last round. Can he do it again? Zywa in front of him. Oh, my God, absolutely, he can. They've got another opening kill here, and maybe a second. RPK will bring 1 back. It's Gade who's in the apartments. What a great position this is. They've got no idea. Alex will go down first, but Gade surely doesn't want to swing on this, but he's taken so much aggro away from the A side. Vitality is getting torn apart piece by piece here, and it's a clean finish. 6-2, money broken. And this is a nightmare. The French have had 2 or 3 rounds now in this half where it looks like, yep, they've done enough. They're going to get at least a plan out of this. Might come down to the 1v1. But no, they keep throwing away these massive advantages they have. And now the loss bonus not working in their favor. It's going to be just $2,400 per player. And they'll have to take another eco here. Deagles, 2 sets of Kevlar. But that's about it. No nades, Anders. North might be taking us to dust too.
Oh, it could very well happen, couldn't it? And I'm starting to feel like now, probably for the rest of this half at least, whenever they put up some of those smokes towards Archer Library, oh, that's nice. He was even ready for it, Gade. You sort of saw him.
Yeah, he didn't do any damage to that player in the second middle. I think that's what put him off. In general, he's already just like, okay, forget about that one fullback. Didn't actually have in his mind that a T could be towards the end of the apartments there, but a slight mistake, gives up a rifle. MPK's got it. but an HE now as well. So you only drop one grenade when you die. If you have a full collection, you just drop your most expensive grenade. I think a lot of people assume all the grenades get dropped. It's just one.
Wow. Right back in the round there. Easy with a good double spray. But I'm assuming that Vitality are going to be holding, like really going to be covering any smokes now, because that's like 3 times it's happened already. Valda in that last round coming through the library smoke. I think they're just going to continue to try and watch them whenever they can. Good return, but Valda there just in time for the second kill of the round for himself, giving North 7 in total. Things are just working out very well right now for the Danish side, so...
Yes, indeed. Yeah, they've had a bit of a barn burner here. They win the pistol, first pistol for them in this series. MBK, lovely shot towards the apartments, but it wasn't quite enough. The double kill from AZ saves the round. A nice apartment again. Kiabi managed to hold them off from the B bomb site. Now by once again, ZywOo really focusing on that T-side AWP. Like, he'll even sacrifice armor to bring this out. You don't need an AWP on the T side. I'd rather have an AK with all the utility and armor as well to be part of the pack. Unless he's going to find some really crazy picks here, it might not be the best call for them. But if he gets the opening kill, just one, that leads to a round victory, then absolutely go for it. But for me, 5 rifles seems to be the way forward of this sort of situation.
For me, it so entirely depends on who that AWPer is. And I would say ZywOo might be one of the people who actually falls in the category, or might be like, all right, well, yeah, he could probably go hunting. But then again, he's playing at Yugi, and that's hard to call, really. Yugi going to be falling slightly back off the angle, and they do flash their way forward. Misses every single one of them.
Wow.
That's it. Wasn't even the AWP, was it?
He's got to save at this point. It's not even worth going for it. You've got no one on the map. You can see we've got Alex positioned in second middle. He really hasn't got the most glamorous role in this tactic. He's holding for rotations, but he's fine with that. They'll win the round. You can see him just now. He has the opportunity to hunt at least, but that was his objective in that round. Another clean opening kill. This time I think it was by RPK, Apex to follow things up.
Yeah, I think both the kills for Apex were through the smoke, so... Well, I mean, you had already called that there was no reason to fight like 5 seconds earlier, and none of the A players were rotating. So it seems a bit silly that North were trying to take a couple of shots to the smoke then. Especially given the money.
Yeah, like once you've lost that first pick, bombs down, especially when you have a lead as well, this round's not yours anymore, right? Just save it. Keep the cash strong. Like, you're already having a great half. Vitality are world-class players, and they're gonna asymmetry sometimes. You got to accept that and just save the weapons. Look at the bigger picture. You can see the money's actually so low. It's really disappointing they've let it go down like that.
Yeah.
So here's the replay. It's like that one kill, missed shot from Yugi. I have to say, like, sure, I know he's a fantastic player and has the potential to be a world-class all, but I just haven't seen it since he's joined North, really. I haven't really seen that same crazy level he displayed in previous teams. In
flashes and bursts, right?
Yeah, but
that's not always enough.
I want to see him like be in contention for tournament MVP, right? I want to see him like really show us what he can do. I'm not saying he's bad or anything. It's just that he set the bar so high in the last couple of years.
I agree. I think you're right. It'll be good to have him back on that level again.
Yeah, well, Dust 2, if he gets there, great chance to him to display his skills potentially. Flashbang doesn't have the close range play up. You can see that demonstrated right now, and Apex actually gets flashed off. ZywOo gets the respond kill. We'll see if that's going to be enough. HE in towards sandbags, does a lot of damage to AZ. Even more so now, just has to try and get the hell out of there. He does so, but of only 27 HP. And once again, the lurker, Alex, he's done for though. Yeah, indeed. Yugi will find him. Would have been a nice idea if he had maybe another 2 seconds, probably gets in the pit. But there's no real coordination with his team. He comes out in that position, and they were bottom of middle. ZywOo, is he taking the bomb underpass? I was about to say, that would be a bit of a play. I think he's just waiting for any sort of pushes from the CTs. They are well aware it's going to be a B-side, I would say at this point, with so much activity on this side of the map. Nothing towards middle. They've got a boost in CD spawning. Seems playing off each other. AZ only has the CZ. He was low HP, so he's going to be baited in now. 2 players in CD spawn, I don't mind that at all. So even if the smoke comes down, AZ has a chance to get a kill. Valda can spray through as well. He needs to be careful though. Valda's going to try and take that aggro for AZ. Here we go.
AZ down to that low health, and Valda going to get the 1 kill in there, but that's still a pretty good trade for Vitality. Now they're 2-on-2. Bomb's going to be going down, and they're coming in from opposite angles. So if they win one of these fights here, Vitality, then they've got a really good shot at doing a perfect position there for NBK. We'll leave Yugi 1 versus 2. And again, now they don't have to worry so much about anything else. As soon as he fires this gun, they will absolutely know. He's managed to creep quite a little bit close, actually, but got caught by ZywOo, and They're getting so excited, Henry.
That's a huge round for them. They've had some really disappointing ones, so it's nice to see a round where it didn't look like they were in charge to go in their favor, just to balance the books out a little bit. And now we really have got a map on our hands. If you're just joining us, it's the final best of 3 of the day to work out who makes their way towards the playoffs on day 1. It's such a fantastic position to be in. Not only are you in the playoffs, you get to take tomorrow off and really watch all the games and do some theory and get that all under your belts as Vitality starting to come to life now, Anders. This is a full eco, and they've made some pretty disastrous mistakes in this first half, but I would say there's almost no chance of North winning this. I say that with bated breath.
Yeah, we've had some moments, haven't we, already in this best of 3? So we're trying to be real careful now.
Yeah,
watch
I'm
the
trying
new
to do
game
that.
if you're confused.
I'm trying to do that a bit more this year. Just like when I think something's going to happen, I just try and make sure I precursor it, saying this should be happening instead of this will be happening. You know.
I've never understood the people complain about this because
I know it's a weird one. I have to deal with it a lot.
Yeah, I noticed that at one time. I think it's so ridiculous because, at least from my point of view, I want to take a quick aside here, so they're just all stacked in A anyway. If somebody says, you know, there's really no way they can win this, and somebody does it, that just adds to the excitement.
Exactly. Like, when it does happen, we're gonna give you the hype. It's not we're gonna go, oh, I didn't want that to happen. You know, I didn't see that coming. I don't want to cast this. Like if something crazy happens, like I've set it up for a reason, you know, just to make it that much more exciting. If it does come through, I know it's a possibility, and if it does happen, then that's insane, right? That's nuts. It kind of paints the picture of the situation.
Plus, there's something absurd about listening to somebody saying, you know, it's like a 2 versus 5, and they have people saying like, well, anything can still happen. Like,
yeah, right.
Please don't.
Yeah,
like,
I never got that people get so upset about anything in casting in general, but that one is one I get a lot.
Well, you know, there has to be something, right? People get bored, I think, and they need, you know, there's stuff to find out there. I'm sure it'll circle back around. Are they all grouped up with the chicken, are they?
They're chasing the chicken.
But yes, we'll leave it open. Still, Henry, this round, really anything could happen.
There it is, the first kill, Anders. We said there was a possibility of 1 frag. It has been delivered at this point. MBK doesn't really have the 5 of these kills. I guess they're giving away an AK. They want to try and deny that, but the AK will be hidden away. He knows it. So just got to do what he can. $300. It's not like that CT anything to save, so doesn't really matter either way. You know, plenty of cash for the rest of the half. I'll say that much for Vitality.
I've got a serious complaint, though, about this particular map.
Okay.
You know that mill that's down in the T-spawn?
Yep.
You realize it's just physically, completely incorrectly controlled. I have no idea what it's doing.
Because that, what? Because you're
like
saying that water's not flowing, or it'd have to go much faster than that?
Like, either water would have to run upstream.
Yeah.
Or we're not using the current to like
yeah,
propel
you're right. Yeah, it's going the wrong way, isn't it?
Nothing makes sense about this.
Because the way the water's going suggests it should be like spinning the other way, right? Like it's all.
Well, that may even be another thing. So like just everything. But look at the little sort of conveyor belt that's going back there. Like it's going. It would have to sort of carry the water like out of the river, and then like somehow propel it up.
Yeah.
Or the water would have to come from inside the village going down. But then what are you doing? Like.
Yeah.
Surely
what is it doing? What is that? It's not generating power. What is it doing? Like crushing.
Corn or something, presumably.
Like that.
But then even then, like, what kind of a human being are you if you build like a mill that does that, but you just don't use the current in the river? Like, we're gonna pour our own water back into the river, so that like, none of it makes sense. It's unbelievably frustrating to look at.
Game is literally unplayable.
I need somebody to fix that.
Yeah.
We're teaching all the kids terrible physics. It's not
good.
A whole generation of people just looking at it saying, yeah, it's great.
Opening pick, Yugi finally comes to life with the AWP. This time it's him who has to deal with the glass cannon, but doesn't seem to be an issue whatsoever. He'll get the first, that's MBK, removing a valuable player to the Vitality machine. Now, RPK, you're going to take lots of damage with these flames going around. ZywOo, he's okay for now. I actually think he hit AZ there through the half wall. So sure, it's a 5 versus 4, but round's certainly not over. Banana control, at least granted towards the French for now. RPK at the top. Coming up to a minute remaining. 2 players on the ace side. That's going to be Gade and Yugi. They've got a smoke each, so they're actually fine, I would say. They can smoke off arch, they can smoke quad, they've got a crossfire on the site. If they feel any pressure, they'll drop their smokes and call for a rotation. That's why we don't see KRB coming over straight away, but starting to get an inkling now. Too quiet a banana, that flashbang's failed. I don't think it would have made much of a difference anyway. Yugi's got one here. Oh, he hits it. He'll go down. Remember, he had no armor. Gade has to do most of the heavy lifting here. He's done so well. That is strong. He gets 4 kills. He looks like an absolute turret on that A side. Even has a dance in the flames at the end just to show off, just to enjoy himself. He's had a great half on the CT side.
Yes, he really has. A number of good moments, even lurking around in the apartment some of the time. But this year, this was a bit of a nice setup as well, especially with the leg shot there. That's going to help out a lot, isn't it? Gets that follow-up, no problem. It's really well done. North now doing a little bit better, up to 8 rounds. But I still think this is a very open game. I'm actually,
yes.
I'm not sure who's going to win this one.
Yeah, 5 rounds. It's not the best half you can get, but it's certainly acceptable for a T-side Inferno. Yugi's going to hit that. Now he's looking like his old self. That's the kind of plays I want to see from him. Aggressive, close-range AWPing, lots of flicks. And he nails that first shot. It's Apex to go down. He's the top fragger for Vitality as well. Oh. MBK trying to answer back quickly. He's got a kill. Can he find the second? There's a player on the bomb site. I think he's detected that now. Can't quite adjust in time. Kiabi's looked fantastic on the CT side as well. They overlooked this position, but probably made the same mistake. Oh no, Valda. You don't see him make many mistakes, Anders.
You really don't, but that definitely was a big one. That could have at least made it a 2-on-2, so...
That's a guaranteed frag. Like that shouldn't be anything else. You've gone for the full spray there. I don't know why. You could just do that with a quick burst, take it down. You've already fluffed your lines. That was a really important kill as well. If he gets that, they've got a chance to retake. Now, nothing.
Yeah, Alex waiting in Boiler. Just managed to sneak past somehow. Yugi going to try and save the AWP, which, I mean, look at their money again.
They have no loss bonus either. So, they are in trouble.
Especially if Alex can find this kill. He might just walk right into it. Crouches in, but it's not enough. Yugi will at least still take him down and save the AWB, but that's I don't know, that's an unfortunate way. I do like this. NBK, he was so quick up the apartments, but then he walked the whole way, and actually you could tell that the timing that he hit was just, nobody saw that coming. That was pretty. Well,
that's why he had to do it, because Yugi gets an opening kill. He knows they're struggling at this point. They've got no map control, so he's just going for that unexpected play. He manages to get out, get a clean frag, and invite ZywOo and RPK. That was the kill. That one there, sure, it's epic from ZywOo, but that's a good 2 seconds from Valde to get, by his standards, a very easy frag. And that might cost him a lot here. They give up the final round of the half, they are going to be kicking themselves. They've got the AWP. 3 rifles, one of which is the FAMAS. It's actually not too bad. It's better than I thought it would be. But can they win the all-important round here? 8-7, I feel like would be a disappointment. For North, that is.
I absolutely agree. That would, considering how this all started off, that would be a little bit rough.
And remember, they only got 3 rounds on their T side against MIBR.
Oh, yeah.
So, and they stole that last round away. They shouldn't have got it.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Heavy close range gets absolutely trucked. That was ZywOo running in there with the Krieg. Gade going to be going down. Looks like that is exactly what's going to happen here, Henry. 5 versus 2 here for the 15th round. Not looking good right now for North.
It's really not. They'll do what they can. The incendiary fails to even make its way towards the bomb site. They're not rushing the plant, which is absolutely fine. They've got a minute on the clock. They're waiting for any mistakes to be made, any over-aggressions. Yugi knows he can't win the round now. It is going to be 8-7. Sure, it's in favor of North, but once again, on their CT side, the exact same scenario as Nuke. Will it be a different story, though? Its Vitality look much better towards the end of Inferno. North are going to have to step up if they want to take us to Dust 2. We'll be back after this break.
tied to the knot. Ever so slightly, you're like me in only the thought. It's true, I can see it all. Ooh, my love, you're patient and wasted alone. And I know, yeah, I know that they pray to take you on and pick your bones. Bring it all back to you. Bring it all back to you. Bring it all back to you. Bring it all back to you.
Well, here we are, Henry, back with the second half. It's on Inferno. Second map as well between Vitality and North. Both teams won their games earlier in the day. And I don't know, I mean, Vitality, they seem to be making a pretty big comeback here.
They looked shaky at the start of this one. They lost a pistol. They then had a bit of a resurgence, then lost to an eco with some clumsy play towards middle. But North took their eye off the ball. It felt like they gave up their lead. They lost, I think, 5 of the 6 rounds towards the end. And have left themselves with a really difficult scoreline here. Vitality absolutely fine with this. AZ will find the first frag though. Alex wants a bit more out of this. Oof, I think he's done for. He's gone to sandbags. So actually it might work out. They've actually got so much manpower on this side of the map. They're going to check sandbags, and that's going to be 2 pistol victories now for North on Inferno.
He just tossed the smoke in the back of his head, didn't he?
Yes. In any other round, that'd be a problem, but in this one, it seems absolutely fine.
I'm honestly shocked this happened to Vitality. First of all, they have the 4-man stack at top banana. But
one.
But Apex actually started the round taking like a whole run, checking mid, second mid. He saw everything. He knew no one was there. So they must have known. So they even had like the call to say, probably guys, there's going to be a pretty big fight coming. And it still seemed like they were sort of shuffling around their positions. Or like, oh, who's standing where? What are we doing again?
Yeah.
And it's like, that doesn't work.
They were trying to establish too many aggressive crossfires, I think. Just trying to bait someone into that sandbags position. But then they kept losing man after man. It became really awkward for them. So there we go. It will be North with, like I said, both pistols. And to be fair, Vitality. Oh, Apex. He gets a load of money out of that at least. He gets $900. He does lose his armor, which does nullify it somewhat. But still, he can buy a deagle again. That's for sure. Will he do it? I'm pretty sure he will. He loves a deagle.
Everybody loves a good deagle.
Because
when you buy it, you have that feeling in your mind. You know what's going to happen. Like you can imagine. He even got the close spawn to middle. No, he didn't. All right, never mind.
Oh, they force bought. So in Inferno, it's one of the most common maps to force buy in the second round because the CZ armor smoke combo, you can treat it essentially like a gun round. I'm not sure with 7 rounds on the T side it is really called for, but we'll see. Either way, this means you'll be eco next round instead of this one, and you'll have more money for that first gun round. You'll have a stronger buy overall, even though you've invested here.
Well, they hear the scout, so that's already a bit of a tell for North, maybe. Just get a feel for what's happening on the map. NBK close range with the 5.7. That's a powerful pistol to have, but not if he's going to be looking the wrong way. They're right in front of him, and he's trying to get the damage in. Now they're going to be streaming out. Saiwu needs a headshot. Actually, it'll get Kerbu instead. It was already tagged up a bit, so that's going to help out. Does he have a chance for a second one? They're waiting for the bomb to get closer, and as they're waiting, there is a huge flank going to be coming all the way through T-spawn. And North really taking their time with this one. They want to make sure that there's nobody hiding in any corners. Bomb being thrown over. And it's finally going to be a bomb plant, but it looks sort of like Vitality are only maybe thinking about the exit kills.
I think that's the best call. Like, at least you get a second bite of the cherry this way. You're not going to win this round. You can accept that. Sure, you've only got pistols, but they will still be valuable next round, right? You still got a chance of winning that one. This one's slipped by. But either way, North, strong round. They're going to find double digits first.
Yeah, that worked out a bit differently than I had imagined. I guess Vitality couldn't know that North are going to spend that long planting, so they must have been wondering as well, like, what's going on, you know? But fair enough, they get to save some of this, and that just means they'll be a bit dangerous next round anyway.
Ooh. 2 players go down in the end to the bomb blast, one of them. So a little bit messy from North in the end.
Seems unnecessary.
Well, I'm not sure many people are aware of this. So you if the bomb's planted like in the default spot, you're going to take the most damage towards the pit,
Yes.
right? If it's planted in the very back left corner, for example, it does less damage if you're there. So you need to be aware. You don't always survive in the pit. If you have 100 HP, you'll survive no matter what. But if you're like maybe 70, 60, if the bomb's in that default spot, you're still probably going to die with it. So keep that in the back of your minds, viewers.
Yeah, you want to be careful, don't you? The plant zone does change. I can't remember if it did that 1.6.
It was different. Like in Source, for example, if you looked at the bomb when it exploded, you took less damage. It was that you see a lot of the Source players still have that mindset of look at the bomb even though it does nothing in CSGO.
Not sure what the logic is behind that. I won't lie. I feel like...
I think it was just a feature of the original Source engine.
Well, early kill happening there on Saibu. Trying to follow it up, but MBK will go down. I think in the real world, the trick, Henry, is to sort of like crouch down and open your mouth. I think that's the way to go about it.
That's the best way. That's your
'cause
philosophy in a lot of things in life, isn't it?
It'll explode your eardrums, so I'm assuming that's the way to go about it. RPK to go down last there as Valda does clean up a little bit and put 11 on the board for North. So they're going to be excited about the current situation. Fighting to get us onto Dust too.
They've still got a lot of work to do, but yes, they're one step closer. Their T side was problematic against MIBR, but the CT side, to be fair with those Brazilians, looked very good. So here comes the first gun round here, 11-7. Still an okay scenario. Vitality won't be too worried just yet. They have no kits, however, no helmets. Luckily, it's AKs across the board for North. Standard Molotov at the start just to push back any potential CT aggression. A very slow default here from North to kick things off.
I mean, 4-round gap is... That's a distance I think Vitality can cover. But it would be good for them if they could start sort of taking a step in that direction right now, because if they lose this one, it's going to get weird.
Yeah, it'll be another eco. It'll be 12-7 down. It won't look good. Nah, neither does that for ZywOo. He'll drop the smoke, at least buy himself some time to reposition. A little bit of scary smoke to throw above a Molotov. You never know if it's going to catch the flames, but that one was no problem. And the A here looks very likely here. 5 players on this side of the map. MBK to open things up, though. Takes a lot of damage for it. Stays true to the balcony. Not for long. Now, okay, they've got themselves in a bit of a sticky situation here. Oh, no, not the RPK nade. He pulls it out at the wrong time. And now ZywOo knows he needs to find another kill here, but they're not challenging him. They're giving him nothing. Molotov out. 3-on-3, advantage North.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Kits, just a note.
Because them getting that kill, like MBK starting off that round, I felt like that must have given them so much safety, knowing that, you know, every other part of the push probably was going to be from the other way, and they're just going to call it off. So
yeah, makes sense.
Wow.
I didn't like that. I think MBK, the position on balcony was fine. They had ZywOo watching Arch, RPK in the pit. That was the first point of contact. That said was fine. They overthought it. Like, they tried to swap things around. RPK then put in a position he wasn't necessarily ready for. Pulls out the flashbang just when they commit as well. Hung MBK out to dry, and essentially it all falls apart for them. They really had a pretty decent setup. They were worried too much about the low HP of MBK, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, if you that's one of those rounds you go back and review it, and you think that, like, there's no reason we should ever have a round like that again. You know, like, let's never do this one more time, because that was a bit painful. So now the 4-round gap is increased to 5. And Vitality, they save rifles. They can still buy. That's kind of that's the good news for now.
Yeah.
We've run out of good news after that.
Yeah, they're going to struggle now. 12-7. They did save 3 weapons, however. One of which is the AWP. So I would suggest they're still absolutely going to buy here. Money's not the massive issue, it's the scoreline. Knocking on the door at 13-7 North. Looking good to take us to that third map of Dust 2. Both teams have used a timeout at this stage.
If ZywOo gets that close to a apartment spawn, I would just love to see him run for it. I feel like he's the sort of player that can do some flashy things.
Turn around on his head by himself.
Exactly.
Haven't seen crazy performances in the last couple of months. Like, he's been decent. He definitely had some excellent moments, but today at least it's been pretty standard for him. See if this is where Apex can start up a bit of luck. He is locked in the corner. Luckily, he's got another incendiary in front of him, so that's absolutely fine. Good nade damage in response, so Vitality somehow only lose one there. So there we go.
I have no idea why. That seemed to me like they were in awful positions for that push, but it worked out, so can't really blame them. Was that a grenade thrown by Alex, I guess?
I assume
that did
so,
that
yeah.
much damage?
It must have been.
Well, job well done. Now they've got a 3-way crossfire. They even set up to handle anyone coming out of apartments over here. Vitality, that's on the quad there, looking both directions, essentially. So that should be pretty good. 3 people coming out is a lot to handle, though, if you're NBK. But then again, nobody's coming on the other side, so... Oh, NBK, now he's falling back. If they get timed again, that would be awful. With a grenade in hand. Oh! Saiwu saving him for just a minute. He actually gets that shot in as well. And he definitely knows Gade is there. Backup is being called for. And Gade does not want to move from this. He's waiting for somebody to help him out, but Apex trying to stop that from happening. And that is such a huge kill for Saiwu. I mean, NBK still went down, but I was having absolute flashbacks then.
Yeah, it looks like they've done enough. Look being the operative word there. And we'll see if it is going to be the case. Decent flashbang. Gade will have to fade away towards the arch. Time really is an issue now. They don't have the bomb. They're going to have to save. And can we bring the money up quickly? Thank you very much. You can see Gade might as well go for some of these kills. Even if he dies, not a big deal. He's going to just keep Vitality very modest. And that's a nice pick. That will do it. 1 kill, stay alive. He doesn't need extra cash. He's got enough for another buy as well, even though he gets no money for this round. Kiabi survives on 1 HP. He'll still have $3,000 though. Their money is absolutely fine on the north side. Apex, like I said, somehow manages to get a kill, avoid the flames. Good kill from Zaiwu, you're right, but still a little bit too scary for them. That was when the bomb went down. Gade gets 1, but still an important kill. Money's going to be an issue.
That's twice now Vitality have been caught with their hand in the cookie jar.
Oh yes, we've all been there.
Yeah, get, I don't know, chastised for that, can't you?
Sometimes, depending on the cookie and the jar. We'll see.
A lot goes into that.
Yeah.
Difficult calculation.
And
do you do that calculation? You don't really do that calculation, do you? You just...
No, I do. I just kind of shoot first, ask questions later. That's more my style, to be honest.
It's always easier, isn't it, to get forgiveness than permission, so... gotta...
That's a good way to live your life, I would say. The best way.
Oh man.
So this is like a nice strong buy from Vitality now, but you can see, look how heavily invested they are. They won the previous round, and still almost everyone is all in Apex. We'll have 2,300 over, but that's about as good as it gets. NBK, they down towards C steps. 5 of the North players are going towards B. They're going to run through all the flames here, and once again, this double stack towards the sandbags. I really don't like it, Anders. I don't like it at all.
But do they know that there's someone else here? Yeah, they're still shooting for it. So they got confirmation about the double RPK. Very nearly got away.
They're really forcing that stack towards sandbags. It hasn't worked once.
Surely there's no way they both wanted to be in the corner, right?
No, they definitely didn't, but the fact that it keeps ending up like that is worrying. NBK's gone down. And remember, money's broken. This could be... Oh, I was about to say, there's a double kill there. This could affect the entire outcome of the game now. Vitality, they are broken. They've got 3K on 4 players.
I say force it, yeah. It's 13-8, otherwise it's going to be 14-8.
I would say CZ's armor.
Yeah.
Not force, though.
I'd be happy with that. I'd go for a compromise with that. That's fine with me. You get your way, Henry. You do eventually end up being right, so...
Some way, somehow. They got max loss bonus, is why I'm saying that for the next round. So if they fully invested here, they'd have the worst of both worlds. They would have no full buy next round, and they probably wouldn't win this one. The grenades are decent, you know. Somehow AZ's still alive. That nade looked like it was destined to take him down. The 4 nades towards B, though, that's just a catalyst to push him up towards middle. NBK knows it. Trying to prepare himself, trying to push them back, trying to buy some time for rotations. He's done a pretty reasonable job in that department. Flashes thrown through. NBK waiting for any sort of mistakes. Oh, good smoke. Vitality have bought themselves at least 15 seconds. There's a gap, though. Okay, smoke not as effective. You do need it to land. It's unfortunate.
Timing for the smoke was amazing.
Yeah, that's why I said it's great smoke. Yeah, like it's really going to slow them down, but it just wasn't thrown quite cleanly enough.
Bit of a shame. Because actually that was kind of interesting. Like if they could have had that smoke gone down for a while, they still have another one on Apex. Maybe they could have Been some magic happening now. It's down to RPK inside of the bomb site. I don't know about you, Henry, but I don't see him coming out of this one alive. I think this is going to be too much. Too much to ask. The P215 hand, you know, that's a bit of a tall order. He's crouched in here, and they're walking close to him. 30 seconds, and now they're streaming in from every angle. He's going to go down very quickly. I mean, a bit of a gamble going to the B-bomb site, but fair enough. We can't really complain.
Might as well say what they have. CZs, 5-7s. They're going to need that armor next round. And this is the real test now. It's North who have the 14-8 lead, not the other way around. They managed to come back against MIBR when they have 14-3 down in Inferno. T-side looking much better for them. And at this point, not really much else to report, and as they're going to try and keep 3 players up. No reason to hunt them. You got the round in the bag. You only risk keeping up a rifle, really, if you go further in towards CT spawn. Let's keep everyone alive here. Let's deny any AKs being thrown over. Everyone will survive.
Yeah, I think AZ at 30 health or something at the beginning, so another reminder of the bomb radius changing a bit.
14-8. Vitality will have the AWP. 3 Orgs. No kits right now. Zywa will bring one out. Apex 20 kills. MBK only with 8. Alex, same story. So you can see where things potentially starting to go wrong for them. But still, I'm not even that worried of Vitality just yet. I feel like they'll bring it back to double digits before it gets to 15. We'll see, though.
That's actually the second time Yugi sits on top of that grenade.
Yeah, true.
About to be a perfect shot coming through, but oh wow, instead it's Apex with 2. Grenade gonna land on, oh actually just got back around the corner there.
Yeah, but that's enough, right? They can just say, we've got 2 kills, we know the bomb's down in that area, let's fall back, shall we? Instead of actually throwing this round, let's just fall back and play it correctly.
Yeah, these are the rounds you really cannot be giving away if you're on the Vitality side, and they definitely know it as well. You could tell from their setup, quite defensive at the moment, although maybe too much. That gave an opening for Gay to just walk in, and if they stand up at the wrong time at Graveyard, oh no, this surely should not be happening. Yeah, there's a really good timing for RBK to take the fight just as Alex, I think it was, exposed from the Graveyard. So now it's on Yugi, 1 versus 3. He has got the bomb, but again, ultimately, he's just so exposed. He's going to go for the bomb plant.
Yeah, didn't really have to, wasn't required, and he probably won't be winning this round. He gets 1 more kill. We'll still have the same knock-on effect we described earlier, but still, you'll always hit the plant. That's an extra $800 per player. The reason I say don't need it, you can see how strong their money is on the left-hand side of your screens right now. They were fine for cash, whatever happened there, but they'll certainly take it. They have no loss bonus right now, so this helps keep things strong. Vitality, though, with 2 early picks towards B, seems like they've sorted out their issues on that side of the map. As now, the long, arduous battle begins here on the CT side. Here's a replay. Apex this time, not at the sandbags with Alex. Actually pushed up aggressively. 2 kills through the smoke. Gabe brought 1 back, and Yugi got a 2nd, but that was about it. Gets a plant. And you can see a nice strong buy, and they've got 1 more remaining on the T side. Auto shotgun for MBK. It's been a really difficult game for him in this second map, so maybe want to mix things up a little bit. Didn't have to use this gun at all. We can still drop an M4. RPK with 3200. They're going for a little push towards the apartments here. Now, normally that would be spammed, but not every team does that. Heading back towards B. Kiabi. He's in the bed. As soon as he throws a Molotov, that might be the cue to swing. Alex just hears it, stays calm, and he's got a lot of sound cues there. He had players rotating before. Good grenade. That should do substantial damage. Just to 1 gate. So, nice movements from North to detect it. They have 5 players on the B side of the map. Zywa needs some backup, and here comes Apex.
I'm impressed that Zywa hadn't. He just put down his smoke. I'm impressed he didn't put that down sooner, because he would have been under a lot of pressure, I thought. But he keeps cool. Now they're going to be running right through just as he put the Molotov out. He misses that flick. He's completely blind, but they're right on top. He misses 1 more time, and he's going to be going down. Bit of a spray coming through here for Apex, and they're returning the fire just as much. And can he get a can right before the bomb went down? That was a great shot from Apex.
Yeah, lovely stuff there. And Valdi's struggling. What's going on here, son? Get the plant in. What are you up to? Well, now he hasn't even got time, Anders, and he'll be stuck in towards the well. I'm not even sure what happened there. He was slightly to the left, I believe, and that might cost him the round. It looked like they were onto something there. Alex will confirm things, and AZ, 13 HP, no chance of winning it. Nice shot. If they give this one up, oh my goodness, I would probably lose my mind. I'm not sure what's happening with Valda there. It's caught up in all the confusion. Like, it's one of the most common plants in CSGO, the B-bomb side Inferno. He looked like he was too much to the left to me. Like, you can plant on those coffins, but you have to be, like, right on the edge of them, right?
Maybe he had forgot the code, Henry.
Right, that's a good point. Maybe that could have happened.
You know how it is? You know, it's just like when you're at the ATM or something, and
Sure.
and you're sort of like, what is it again? Like, have you ever been in one of those ATM where like all the numbers are like the wrong way around?
No.
So like instead of it being like 1, 2, 3, you know, they're like they
Yeah.
swap them. That's pure nightmare.
Well, that incendiary is a bit of a nightmare as well, but I don't think it would have done much damage either way, so it's okay. But yeah, like Valda actually wasted what, like 4 seconds trying to plant, the actual amount of time it takes to plant the bomb, just by sat there not doing anything. And then at that point, realized he'd really dropped the ball in that scenario. And this is like the last buy for North right now, and a chance for Vitality. I did say double digits. I was expecting that. Good nade, ton of damage. Oh, not as much as I thought. About 20 to each player. They'll have some mid control here. Auto shotgun still out. With the money they have now, I would say probably just get rid of that. Like, it's worth just upgrading to a rifle.
Well, I mean, in this position, the auto shotgun's probably great. It's the retakes, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's not as versatile. Sure, if you can surprise him, that's fantastic.
I mean,
But now he's given up his weapon on this side of the map. Kiabe's got to pre-fire this position. Gets one.
they're going to be stringing out right on top of RBK. Cyber with another, I mean, amazing mid-air shot there. He's so good with these kind of kills. And he's going to get that one on Valda too.
Yeah, that was actually round influential. We'll see whether it's going to be enough. Gade, 2 versus 1.
Wow.
Oh, unfortunately, Incendiary lands right on him, so he's stuck in the corner now. He has a Molotov and a flash himself, but a very common position he finds himself in here. Oh my goodness, that's really not gone well for him. And it will be the round for Vitality. There we go, Anders. Defuse will come in. A couple of difficult rounds there, and they're going to have to take a partial, I would say, here. They've got 2 players, 3 of them, in fact, beneath $4,000. You need about 4K on the nose to even get a buyout.
Yeah, and I mean, that was with the bomb plant, right? So,
Yes.
so even then, they are still under a little bit of pressure here. That second Molotov on Gate, you kind of know when you're in that corner, like, oh, that's it. Like,
Yeah, of course. Like, you maybe get 1 kill, but the trade's always going to come in at this level. So there's the partial buy. Interesting game so far. Lots of intense moments and small errors being forced out. That's what makes these guys human. It's a big game, actually. Win this series, you're straight to the playoffs. You get a day off tomorrow. So
he rebought the auto shotgun.
I know. Makes more sense this round, knowing the money's weak and he can be farming cash himself in this sort of position. Doesn't really work out for him. 3 versus 3.
It is an utter mystery, isn't it, how that gun works?
Yeah, like you couldn't be more close range. You've landed a decent shot.
He's in a hallway, like the pellets cannot go anywhere else. Like, there's only one place they can go, and somehow it wasn't a kill. Now RPK goes down. What in God's name is happening, Henry?
Yeah, way too aggressive on the CT side. The auto shotgun kind of almost, it requires you to be up close and personal, right? It wants it. Apex trying to take matters into his own hands now. I feel like he's got the kill on Kiabe. Maybe not. They could actually give the game up right here, right now. ZywOo is on the other side of the map here. Currently in CT spawn. Has to get there quickly. He can maybe deny a kill. We'll see if there's anything to be said for it. Nice shot. Oh my goodness. It's a 1 versus 1. It looked like he was absolutely done for. He takes down the bomb. AZ now will have to do what he can. Throws in the HE. Takes away some vision at least, and he hits the shot. What a finish that was. I can't believe it. It's 15-11. AZ somehow wins that round for them. It's going to take 4 in a row now from Vitality to take us to overtime. Crazy.
Yeah, those were some outlandish shots, weren't they, from ZywOo?
I didn't think he even stood a chance of finding a kill, let alone bringing it down to the 1 versus 1. What a moment that is. What a sick shot towards Yugi. Nails that one, and you'd think the third, no problem. But AZ somehow wins it, and there'll be a tactical timeout.
I don't know why Vitality gave away this round. It just seemed completely unnecessary. It's not even the 3-man push into apartments. I just don't know how they didn't get more out of it.
Yeah, That's fair.
Crazy scenes here. 15-11. North a single round away from getting us to Dust 2 as the final map.
I think that might be happening.
It looks likely. It feels like it's in the air. I like that. I kind of like seeing Dust 2. I know people complain about it for a while, but I think it's a great map. So I don't know why people are so angry about it.
I love watching it. I think it's more the pros shying away from it because it's not easy to play. That's the wrong word for it, but it's more accessible for a lot of teams that aren't as prepared, right? Like it doesn't take a massive strat book. It doesn't take a huge amount of depth, but yeah, it's always fun to watch. I love casting it. It's always exciting, especially when you have world-class snipers on the server, which we certainly do right now. DAY1 and Yugi will be a great matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, even though they've got sort of the same scoreline, but to me it just feels like Yugi really has to step it up if he wants to duel with ZywOo right now, because some of the shots he's hitting they're crazy. Not just in the last round, but like he's doing a lot of those sort of like scope close range shots that are really connecting well. So let's see if North can finish it, or if they are gonna stumble and fall at the end. It could still be overtime, of course.
Yeah, it's unlikely, but it could be a thing. We are going to see now mid-control, basic mid-control from North. They have managed to push back any threats on this side of the map. Going to see smokes deployed towards the A sites. Yugi spearheaded this operation right now. Flash in. Is this the commitment? Looks to be the case. All the smokes in front of them. So they go towards the pit or the bomb site here.
For a lot of people here, that's a big win for Kjaerbye. Otherwise, they would have lost an arm of the attack, and this is just working out absolutely wonderfully for North. RPK, they're all around him. He's got an AK at least picked up, but they're just so many people here. Picks up one more kill. He needed that last headshot for it to even be close to true. And ZywOo, I mean, he got 2 kills last time, but this time they've got another smoke even. It's just a little bit too fanciful, I think, for him to try and make his way through. 20 seconds, and they are just waiting a little bit to put the bomb down. They're finally going to be doing it, and he misses the shot just barely. 16-11, and North bring us a third map here. I like it.
They absolutely do. They're looking much better on this one. They managed to win both pistols on Inferno. They actually look pretty decent as a unit. Vitality were making some key mistakes, especially on their CT side. And I felt like North had almost given that game up. They looked so strong. Looked like it was going so well for them. Then all of a sudden, 5 rounds towards the end from Vitality, an 8-7 scoreline. It looked like it was enough from the French, but they really were quiet on their CT side. They lost to a lot of ecos there, a lot of difficult rounds for them to give up. And here we are, Anders, ready for Dust 2. Are you ready?
I'm very ready. I think this has been an interesting game. I think so many of these rounds to me look like if Vitality just don't make mistakes, they actually win.
Yeah,
like, I feel like so. They're making a couple of unforced errors. So I don't think that's necessary. Hopefully they'll clean that up by Dust 2.
Well, we'll have to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, the final map of the evening is going to be Dust 2. It's on a knife's edge right now. And like I said, we've got some of the most exciting AWPers in the world on the server right now. You're not going to want to miss this one. We're back at the desk and the third map very shortly.
Cuando yo te vi, sentí que eras para mí. Te quiero descubrir y yo no quiero compartir. Tus ojos brillan fuera de tu control. Cuando yo te vi, sentí que eras para mí hoy. Ay, 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 te voy a enseñar, te voy a silenciar fácil. Quédate un rato aquí, muévete así, así. Bailamos sin parar, bailamos sin parar. Quédate un rato aquí,
Welcome back to the ECS Season 7 Finals, where we just came off an equalising match from North, which wasn't particularly unexpected. It was their map pick, Inferno, so we kind of expected it to
We kind of expected, yeah. First half was a little bit back and forth.
Yeah.
I think North came out, decently. Maybe not. Saivu, once again having a great game. I think Vitality is a team that when I think of them playing Inferno, it's not a strong team. They're okay, but when they face team who know what they're doing, who are prepared for what they have to offer, I think they fall a bit flat, and I think that was the general consensus that I was left with after this map. Again, Saivu having a great game. We know how good he can be. You labeled him as potentially being one of the best players in the world soon. Definitely agree with that, but you need more than that, Maniac.
No, definitely. I mean, Vitality did a really great job at coming back into that game, right? They have struggle on the first half, to say the least, and then when they finally get back to that CT side, this is where they should be in control. They've done the hard job now. It's just about defending, be a little bit aggressive. But we used to know that. We used to know how to do that in the French scene. That's part of our culture, right? We used to play Inferno, but then here it just didn't work. I think North were all over the place. And just when Vitality had finally got that control back, they had that game in their grip, then this apps round being too aggressive, that was
I want to pick up on that because there was 3 of them that rushed apps. RPK, I think, was the first one to go down in that rush, I believe. Might not have been RPK.
I mean, I don't think it was RPK. I think it was the last one. But the problem is, obviously for us, it's easier to say because we see all of it. We have all the money in front of our eyes. But I don't know if Vitality realized that this was a slow or, a force buy, coming against North. If you know they have pistols, if you know they have CZ, why would you go and fight in the closest range possible? You're supposed to put distance between you and your opponent to eliminate them, and then Vitality just fell into the trap, and from this point, North had the game.
I definitely agree. It seemed a bit off, the positioning and the way they approached that round. And in general, it's just it's the feeling you're left with when you're watching Vitality play Inferno, is that they know how to play it and they can do some good stuff. They have the individuals who can step up from time to time. But overall, as a team, they're simply not performing well enough to beat a team like North or the caliber of North right now on Inferno. And that's a problem for Vitality because their map pool doesn't go that deep when they're facing some of the better teams.
Yeah, well, we saw Saivu give it a good shot, right? That 1 versus 3, the AZ managed to take it. He literally had the bomb in his sights, and AZ took that peak, which is pretty incredible.
The fun thing about that is I feel, he's getting away with a murder here because he was not supposed to take that peak. Saivu was in a prime position. The 2 first bullets he hit with the AWP, amazing shots. Again, he's showing why he has that, I would even say, like, simple flair to him. He can make those plays. He can pull out something amazing from time to time, and he does it quite often. The 3rd duel against AC, not sure why AC thought that was a good idea, but he got away with it with a great shot as well. So kudos to him for that, but it's like getting away with a murder. It was not supposed to happen.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I also want to pick up on RPK. He is the 1 player left remaining in this French squad that actually won ECS Season 1. So he could come back, lift the trophy again. I would love to see that. Yeah,
he actually did. That's what when Scream was in the lineup, probably.
Shocks.
The Shocks. Yeah, those were good times. Right? We were talking about it in the green room, saying that, RPK, what he needs to do in that lineup in Vitality. He's not here to find tactical solutions. He's not here to especially clutches, but he's here to frag. That's what he's supposed to do. He's a mechanical beast. That's how RPK has been always known. And I feel like he's been lackluster on Vitality. I'm going to be honest with you. I know him. I know he can be way better than that, at least in terms of skill and impact into the game, and he's just missing a little bit.
I think when you're watching him play, I sit back with a feeling that he's slow. I mean, he's slow in reacting, he's slow in sometimes taking duels. He seems like a bit, I wouldn't say off, because he's still a good player, and as you said, he's still a somewhat decent player and a somewhat useful player for Vitality. By no means am I saying they should kick him or anything like that, but sometimes when I sit back and watch him play, I feel he's just a tiny bit slower than everyone else, and maybe that's, it could be confidence, it could be just the period he's in, but to me it seems slow, and I think that's a feeling that a lot of the viewers out there can attest to, that sometimes you just don't react quick enough on this level.
Well, definitely, and they have 1 more map remaining to see if they can make it into Saturday's semi-final. But before we head into our final map, we're going to take a quick look at our Pinnacle Esports odds. Haven't changed a huge amount since that last map, but still heavily favouring.
Still Vitality favourite. I mean, okay, let's look at it that way. Dust 2 is a really good map for both teams if you look at the numbers, right? They both have above 88% or 85% win rate. Now, the trick is Vitality play that map a lot, but against lower tier teams. They haven't faced really high tier opponents, so I don't really know how deep their play would go when they face against North, a team that is, part of the top teams now. And on the North side, also very good stats. So I think it's really hard from now on to just say, okay, this team is going to win. I would say that Vitality have a good go at Dust 2. I think it's a map that we in the French team have played for the longest time. It's a map that allows for individual plays. I want to see Apex go off. I want to see Zywo go off. But by no means are they favorite to me. It's a 51-49-ish.
I'd give it 60-40 for Vitality, but
more generous, all right.
More generous, but I feel what you're saying, right? I feel the sense of it. I think what Vitality have going for them right now is they have that X factor in Saivu. I know we talk a lot about him, but we have to, because I honestly do believe, as you also said, that he could potentially this year be one of the best players in the world. He's not a guy who's kidding around anymore. He's a solid player. He's a player that is maturing from every tournament. You see him come in and you always see him deliver, great statistic and great results, even though his team is not necessarily doing well every single time. So in a game like this, where it's a bit of a brawl back and forth, I think Saivu can be that X factor, and I think that's what North, lack of in terms of going up against Vitality. They don't have that superstar right now. AC, maybe. Valde, not really feeling it right now. Who's going to be?
Well, we can guarantee that we will be seeing a winner after this map. It is going the full length. And what we can also guarantee is that one of you lucky guys at home will be dropped 100,000 Face-It points. And we've got loads of more, well, I say little drops. We're going to be giving away, what, 20,000, 50,000? I actually won 50,000. Yeah, I actually won 50,000 Face-It points a couple years ago.
Can we do that? Can we win too?
You can sign up. All you have to do is log in with your Twitch account and link your Face-It account with your Twitch account. And you guys, it's as easy as that. So you could be winning, I mean, up to a knife, really.
I'm on it.
Are you doing that right now?
Exactly.
Why,
Look at this.
why is
on
it
brand.
not you? I can do it too.
Yeah, do it.
He's going to get
you
all
can both
that.
do it. I think we're going to throw it to a little break whilst these two make sure their Facebook account is linked with their Twitch account. But don't go anywhere, because we'll be back for our final map of the best of three just shortly after this.